The sun was barely creeping over the horizon when I halted mid-step, my boots grinding into the gravel of my driveway. A gleaming metal fence stood before me, its bold red letters screaming, "Property line, HOA restricted access." 2 rental trucks flanked the road, boxing in my ranch gate like a cage. A sign lashed to the fence flapped in the breeze. HOA ordered closure. Non-compliant. Access denied. My blood boiled. This was my land for rugged acres of fields, creeks, and freedom, half a mile from the manicured lawns of Oak Ridge Estates. I'd never signed up for their HOA nonsense. Why were they chaining my home? I dialed the sheriff's office, my pulse hammering. "Oak Ridge is stirring trouble," Deputy Caleb said, his voice tight. "They claim you're violating their rules, but they've got no jurisdiction over your property. This is trespassing." He promised a patrol, though manpower was thin. Across my boundary, a sleek black SUV idled, its Oak Ridge logo glinting. Inside sat Margaret, the HOA president, sipping from a thermos, her smile sharp as a switchblade. I'd crossed paths with her at a town meeting, polished, commanding, and insufferable. Now she eyed me like I was a stain on her pristine suburb. I stormed over. She lowered her window an inch. "Good morning," she cooed. "This is for safety while we resolve your violations." "Safety?" I snapped. "You're fencing me in." She tilted her head. "Your gate's wolf car viewing is too menacing, and your fence breaches our aesthetic code." The board voted. I was floored. "This is my ranch, not your gated community." She shrugged, already texting. "The road to your gate is ours now. We rezoned it last month. Notice went to an old address." The windows slid up, dismissing me. That fence wasn't just metal, it was a declaration of war. I swore I'd not only tear it down but claim the road she thought she owned. The trouble had started months earlier when my wife, Sophia Ramirez, and I moved to this Texas ranch, CRAVYing peace cattle, a pond, endless skies. Sophia, newly appointed police chief, joined me in this haven, far from Oak Ridge's cookie-cutter homes. The HOA seemed harmless at first, nagging about lawn heights or mailbox colors. But Margaret's board soon demanded I repaint my fence, remove my wolf car viewing, and crate my dog, Luna, after dusk. Fines stacked up like firewood. When they surveyed my access road for traffic management, I ignored their legalese-laden notice. My mistake. This blockade was their endgame. Caleb arrived, his face grim. "Oak Ridge is overstepping. The road's ownership is a mess. County botched the transfer." He suggested outbidding them for the road's lease. I called my friend Nora, a retired county clerk. "The whole road?" she asked. "Every inch," I replied. "And they'll pay to use it." With our SAVYNGS and Nora's know-how, we navigated the county's red tape. At the hearing, Margaret's board accused me of shattering their community harmony, but the clerk ruled I could claim Road 17B if I maintained it. I signed the papers, and Margaret received my letter. Her HOA vehicles now owed a due last $6,000 monthly toll, quadrupling their dues. Victory tasted sweet. But Margaret struck back, zeroing in on Sophia's unmarked police cruiser parked on our street. One morning, Sophia found a neon green envelope under her wiper, stamped HOA compliance, in Margaret's florid script. It cited unauthorized street occupancy under an absurd bylaw about star-aligned parking. Sophia, always cool-headed, laughed it off as a joke. It wasn't. By afternoon, Margaret strutted onto our lawn, clipboard in hand, a flag-shaped pin bouncing on her blazer. "We value order," she declared, glaring at the cruiser. "This isn't a precinct." Sophia cited city ordinances allowing street parking. Margaret scoffed. "You think you're above our rules?" The citations multiplied, each more unhinged. One faulted Sophia for parking too precisely. Another claimed her cruiser's badge emblem caused VY soul intimidation. Margaret dropped off a self-authored pamphlet. "Curb appeal begins here." On day 5, she arrived with a laminated Google Maps printout dictating, "Approved parking zones." Sophia countered with state law. Margaret hissed, "I enforce the rules here." Sophia didn't lash out, she documented. Photos, timestamps, dashcam footage. "I believe in EVY Denke," she told me over dinner. Margaret doubled down, pushing a curb wellness mandate, banning emotionally disruptive parking, defined at an HOA meeting as any vehicle upsetting residents. Flyers littered the neighborhood. "Who parks on Pine Lane? Is your neighbor a threat?" They featured grainy shots of Sophia's cruiser, hinting at secret surveillance. Margaret warned parents, "Keep kids away undercover." Sophia filed a harassment complaint. Margaret called it hysteria. Our Ring camera caught her measuring Sophia's tire-to-curb distance with a laser pointer, slapping a traffic cone on the cruiser, and yelling, "You're obstructing serenity!" Margaret's fatal misstep was underestimating Sophia, not just a homeowner, but the city's police chief. Sophia rallied 5 neighboring ranchers into the Open Plains Coalition, crafting bylaws to shield us. Margaret sued, labeling my road ownership a hostile takeover, and branding me a toll despot in a PR blitz. Hate mail poured in. Then, one night, my great-me-grandfather's hand-carved masterpiece was stolen, post sawed off. A sign read, "You don't own us." Luna barked furiously. Trail cams caught 2 masked men in a gray truck. I sat up with my rifle, filed a report, and installed a steel gate with a "Trespassers Prosecuted" sign. Margaret's Street Harmony Initiative brought weekly driveway inspections and a vehicle decorum squad, led by her husband, Victor, and niece, Chloe, in neon vests. They cited Sophia for assertive idling. Sophia dug deeper, discovering Margaret's driveway violad zoning by 10 inches and her lawn gnomes breached HOA rules. She tipped off the board anonymously. Then our power cut out generator and pump dead. 2 signal jammers sat at my property's edge, notes taped on. "Quit or else." Caleb's team seized them. My PI, Lucas, traced them to Victor VYAA's sketchy online purchase. Charges were filed. The headlines exploded. HOA leader's husband in sabotage scandal. An anonymous email exposed Margaret's scheme. She'd siphoned $40,000 in HOA funds to a sham landscaping firm run by her cousin's boyfriend, a con VY Ted fraudster. The money funded VY Brational Tree Alignment and grass aura cleansing, not streetlights or sidewalks. Sophia verified it with city records, rallying Oak Ridge residents. Margaret, clueless, launched the Pure Yards Act, demanding lawn photo submissions or decorum fines. She issued fake citations at a block party, sporting a Marshall sash from a costume shop. Sophia filed with the DA, her VY Denke ironclad VY Deos, invoices, and Margaret boasting, "Rules don't apply when you make them." At the HOA's town hall, Margaret planned a pride parade, but faced Sophia in uniform, flanked by officers with subpoenas. As Margaret rambled about lawn loyalty, Sophia projected her fraud, $40,000 misspent, fake contracts, and Margaret mocking residents as fools funding my vacations. The room froze. Victor bolted. Chloe cowered. Margaret shrieked, "This is a police state." Sophia replied, "This is justice, and I enforce it." Margaret was escorted out, charged with embezzlement, harassment, and impersonating an officer. Margaret fought back, launching Margaret's Justice Rally online, accusing Sophia of weaponizing her badge. Her website, Harmony.net, peddled Save Oak Ridge shirts with her face and claimed socialist subpoenas. She live-streamed Tea with Margaret, railing against Sophia's tyranny. Neighbors jeered. Kids posted Margaret Patrol TikToks. She chalked driveways with decorum warnings and formed a citizen citation crew, with her fraudster allies taping fake meters to rakes. At a press conference on a flimsy podium, she declared a rival HOA True Pine Alliance, singing the anthem off-key, sobbing into a soda bottle. The community fought back with "De Margaret marches" in Team Sophia shirts. Sophia's deputy, Officer Martinez, linked Margaret to her fraudster via past HOA scams. At the next meeting, Margaret, in a sequined, true president sash, presented a community arrest warrant for Sophia on glittery paper. "I depose you," she proclaimed. Sophia pointed out the crayon seal. "This isn't legal." Margaret climbed the table, shouting impeachment, as Sweet Caroline blared from a glitching speaker. She tripped, flung her sash, and fled amid laughter. The board ousted her unanimously. Margaret's arrest came mid-TikTok, ranting about a Hulu deal. In a bathrobe, clutching a Madam President mug, she screamed, "You can't jail the true HOA!" Charges stuck: fraud, harassment, impersonation. Her mugshot wild, mascara-streaked went viral, memed as, "Go to jail, skip fines." She got 16 months in prison, restitution, therapy, and a 12-year HOA ban, ranting about turf tyranny, while cleaning Pine Lane, picking up her old flyers to community cheers. Her funds built benches etched with, "Authority is earned, not stolen." Oak Ridge flourished. Sophia guided a transparent HOA, passing the Parking Freedom Accord. Meetings became porch potlucks with live music. A sign rose, "Pine Lane, community over control." Strolling with Sophia, I grinned as kids waved. Margaret craved dominance. She orchestrated her own downfall. My ranch sign stands proud. Ramirez Ranch, Liberty reigns. They tried to fence us in. I claimed the road. They tried to break us. We thrived. And when they came for our curb, they forgot who held the badge.